You're listening to the My Simplified Life podcast, and this is episode number 85. Welcome to the My Simplified Life podcast, a place where you will learn that your past and even your present don't define your future. Regardless of what stage of life you're in, I want you to feel inspired and encouraged to pursue your dreams, simplify your life, and start taking action today. I'm your host, Michelle Glogovac, and I'm excited to share my stories and life lessons with you while taking you on my own journey. This is My Simplified Life. Hi, friends, and welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Michelle Glogovac. Last week, I moderated a panel for the State of Women Amplify Your Voice Summit. My panel was filled with women who owned businesses and happened to also be mothers. What was the name of our session? Mompreneurs. Yes, we are moms. Yes, we are entrepreneurs. But why does it have to be mashed together like that? We don't call men out as dadpreneurs, so why should we call moms out like that? When we had our strategy session the week before, I brought this up because I simply am not a fan of the word. I took a chance in saying this because, as I'm sure you've seen and read, mompreneur is a term that is used by a lot of women. The entire panel agreed with me. It calls out motherhood instead of calling out that we are simply business owners. It's along the same line of calling a woman a boss babe or a girl boss. How often do you hear boss hunk or boy boss? You simply don't. There's a pay gap when it comes to gender, and I have to say that if we call ourselves babes and girls, then why wouldn't there be? It belittles the seriousness of whatever business we are running. I don't need my gender or my motherhood to be called out. I'm a business owner, plain and simple. Yes, I'm a mom, and yes, I'm a female, and I'll gladly speak on those topics as well, but they are separate from the business I own. Along this topic, we also discussed work-life balance and how as women, we are asked more often than not about how we balance it all, motherhood and working. I can honestly tell you that no one has ever asked my husband how he handles his work-life balance in being a father of 4 and having a corporate job at the same time. If you're wondering though, he handles it pretty damn well and knows when to shut work down in order to make a doctor's appointment or ensure he's present for whatever is going on with the kids. So why as women are we asked this question? A lot has to do around the fact that we carry a lot of the weight around the home. Yes, there are couples who have an even distribution of home duties, and I would say that my husband carries a good load. But we also both recognize that I do a lot when it comes to our kids, and I think this is true for many women, which is why the question is asked by so many. Then how do we balance it? Well, we set boundaries. I did an episode all about setting boundaries, ones for yourself, for your families, for our clients, and so on. I've said that balance to me is being fully present in the moment with whatever it is you're doing. Let's take today for an example. I knew that I would have time alone with my daughter this morning, just her and I, and no one else in the house. So I decided that we would do a paint-by-number project in the garage. I told her that we would start something together at 10 a.m., but until that time, I needed to get some work done. 10 a.m. came around and we started our project. I painted with her for over an hour until she said she was tired. I was too. No phone, no emails, no calls, just her and I. We cleaned up and I answered some emails before picking up my son from school. To me, this is balance. I was present for my work, present for my daughter, and I didn't miss out on anything. Sure, I spent more than an hour on my work, but it's about the quality of time I spent with my daughter in this instance. It's the fact that I stopped everything I was doing to focus on her. She notices it, and that's what she wants. I also find balance in our evenings. After dinner, we let the kids watch a TV show of their choice before bedtime. I'm sure many of you can relate to the fact that there are a lot of kid shows that are out there and they're mind-numbing. And I can think of a million other things I'd rather be doing or watching. So my solution is that I sit on the couch with them and I read, or I might answer some emails if needed. But mostly, I read. I'll snuggle with them, give them back touches that they love, and be present. But I can be present without watching the show they're watching, and there's nothing wrong with simply reading a book. Along the lines of balance, the panel also discussed self-care and what that looks like. I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised to hear that the majority of us had all spent money in the past year on self-care. I'm not talking about massages or getting our nails done. I'm talking about investing in a fitness trainer, meal planning, things to better our health. Yes, this is absolutely a form of self-care and on so many levels. Taking care of your health, whether physical or mental, should be a priority. Self-care is reflecting on what you need help with, whether that's meal planning, keeping up with household duties, hiring a trainer because you need guidance and motivation, a therapist to let you talk through anything and everything, diving into a book, whether to educate yourself or to escape from everyday life, watching some good old trashy reality TV, hello Real Housewives, or whatever else allows you to care for yourself. Self-care can also expand to who and what you allow into your life. Who do you go to support in your business and life? Who are the people you surround yourself with? Do they offer support and encouragement? Are they people you look up to? One of the greatest reminders from the panel came from Alicia Brown, who you'll meet in a future episode. She said that when it came to business people that you hang out with, are you hanging out with those that you can learn from? Are they ahead of where you are so that you can soak up all of the experiences and knowledge they have? Or are you hanging out with others who are currently where you're at, stuck in the trenches? Are the people you are supporting offering you the same support in return? This goes for business, but also for friendships. Being an entrepreneur can be very lonely. Being a mom who is busy with kids can also be lonely. So putting together two of the loneliest jobs just equals extreme loneliness at times. Of course, the next question is, where do we go to find the support of like-minded women? Online would be the quickest way, but it's not always where you're going to find out the most authenticity. So there could be some trial and error. I'd suggest putting yourself out there, whether that's in approaching people you admire or would like to get to know, or applying to be on a panel such as the one I was just on. You'll get to meet others who are business owners like you are and might have the same challenges or goals that you do as well too. I'm a big fan of having a business bestie, someone that you can check in with and hold each other accountable for work tasks, but someone who will also celebrate with you when you reach a milestone or sign a big contract. Make sure you have support from people who understand you and what you are doing. When it comes to finding people who are ahead of you, this could be in a paid membership group or coaching or retreat. You might have to start investing not just time into yourself, but also money. When you start to invest in yourself and your business, you'll start treating your business like an actual business. Let's go further into what it can look like to invest in yourself. It doesn't have to be in coaching or courses. Investing can actually mean you hire a virtual assistant to help you with the admin tasks, or a housekeeper or a babysitter. Oftentimes, we look at these expenses as indulging in yourself, and yet they're not. They're part of the self-care we've talked about, and when you look at the finances behind it, oftentimes it really makes more sense. Think about what you make in an hour and how much you would pay someone per hour to handle those tasks, along with how long the tasks take to be completed. We can do some simple math here. You make $50 an hour. You could pay someone to clean your house for, let's say, $100, and it's going to take 4 hours. That means if you pay someone else while you work to take care of your house, you'll still make $25 per hour during that time. versus losing out on a potential of $200 if you cleaned it yourself. Do you get where I'm going? When you put it this way, it becomes a no-brainer. So start investing however you see fit, but don't be afraid to do it to free yourself up to do the work that you're meant to be doing. The biggest takeaway for me was the reminder to put myself out there. I had applied to be a speaker for the summit, and one question was around whether I'd be open to moderating it. I clicked yes and absolutely thought nothing of it until I was selected to be a moderator of a panel of 8 women I'd never met before. But what did I get out of it? Besides the knowledge they all laid down, I found 8 new friends who all have varying stories and backgrounds, but who understood, supported, and cheered one another on. I moderated for 2 hours and drank a half gallon of water in that time. Friends, that's a long time to be sitting on camera. And when it was over, I was on a complete high. I was energized and enthusiastic about what I was doing, how far I've come, and that I have so many new connections from this panel, not to mention from the viewers who were already reaching out to me. Put yourself out there. Get involved. Introduce yourself. You have something to share that is worthy and that others want to hear about. It's in sharing of ourselves that we will learn more about others and oftentimes learn more about ourselves. Trust me when I say your future will thank you. As always, thank you for listening. And until next week, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and go meet a new friend.